Hi friends, this is MD Vegan. Today I make a spinach juice with cilantro. So cilantro spinach juice. And I combine it, I show you my spinach and my cilantro. So I have a little bit more of the spinach because this is a neutral flavor from the greens. And the cilantro at the opposite side is a very intense flavor. Even some people don't like it, saying that it has a strange flavor like soap and these things. There is actually some bitterness in it, as in all greens, but this has a special flavor. It goes with lime, with orange and these things, but it's in a very important green because what is in that cilantro plant can flush out the heavy metals from your body, and not many plants can do that, like parsley. That's why it's called the Asian parsley, the cilantro. Because both of these rare herbs have the ability to flush off the heavy metals. That's very important. You need to do it every day. And here I have the spinach. On the other hand, very, very neutral green. Comes with other problems. For example, it has the oxalate. That's an acid, oxalic acid, that blocks the body from taking calcium and iron into the system. So but it is only the iron and calcium in the spinach. If I, for example, put something else together with the spinach, for example, a sesame or something that has also calcium, this oxalic acid in the spinach will not stop the body from taking calcium from other sources. So spinach can be taken once in a while, and I would add in general something about the food I take in on a regular basis, such as greens, or fruit, or nuts and seeds, So these things are on something I eat on a regular basis every day, there are some people who think we shouldn't eat spinach at all because it has this oxalic acid. But what they forget is that the variety of food, a great variety of food. So eating many different plants throughout the year. So hundreds of different plants, combining in our diet. That would make such a great and important influence, because the reason is a little bit scientific, about philosophic. You can imagine why it would be better to eat a variety of plants, because the science, especially the experimental sciences, they work with a proof, hardcore proof. It has to be proven, there has to be no doubt, almost no doubt, about the trueness, about the correctness of the scientific proof. So that is very important. On the other hand, when it comes to our digestion, our nutrition, our life, then it is everything. Juice is. Now I'm going to taste it. And here, one more thing. The Trester. You see? I have 1 liter of juice, I'll show you in a moment. And this is what I have from the Trester. Greens are very nice to juice also, because not much remains from the fiber. It's so many nutrients in the juice and only a little bit of fiber. And you can put that in the garden. Dig it in the earth just as is. No need to worry about anything else. And the plants will grow like amazing. This is a super fertilizer. Very easy. You don't need to throw it away. Get a little garden outside. So, and this is the juice here. That's that's a liter. That's maybe a liter. I will show you in a moment. But now I have to taste it. That's the most important thing. Looks so nice. The green color is my favorite color for food. Absolutely. And then the other plants, the other fruit. The light, the red, the yellow, the blue, all these wonderful colors of the berries, for example. Okay, I take it back. They're also amazing. I love these colors. But the green is very, very good too. I try now. Oh, that's blowing me away. It is so delicious. Friends, first I have to show you now what it looks like when this liquid elixir, this powerhouse, this delicacy runs into a glass. You see? Wow, isn't that beautiful? Pure energy, pure nutrients, very healthy and so yummy. This is a perfect combination, you know. I only add one thing. Why? How you can determine a little bit or change the flavor a little bit according to your liking. Some people are used to eat and drink a lot of greens raw, so they will have a natural probably convenience with being bitter, having bitter flavors. They don't need so many sweet things, so many salty things. They like more the bitter one. And then they would try to reduce the part of the fruit in a green juice, for example, and take more greens. That has a different flavor. Here, have you seen, I usually begin with the same amount of fruit as greens. Yeah? With cilantro, for example, I use some more fruit because it's more bitter. With spinach, I usually less fruit because it's more neutral. But here, I would still recommend, for example, if you have 2 bowls or maybe 4 or 5 cups of green, you begin with 2 bowls that are full of 4 or 5 cups volume, yeah, around, of fruit, apple for example here. Then you are pretty sure that the flavor is nicely balanced between bitter and sweet and sour, and you can enjoy. I added 1 more apple here, because it was a little bit too bitter for my friends, yeah, who I might invite with this juice. But for myself, I would also reduce some apple. It's nice too, yeah. But that is the way you can play a little bit. More or less fruit can make a big difference for the personal flavor. But this one is an absolutely highlight. I will really be so happy to enjoy it now, when my fasting day purely light. And finally, I might remember what I said before, some thoughts I offered about incorporating a diversity of plants into the food, into the diet on a regular basis. So why? And my thoughts about the nature of experimental science, yeah? Or why these two are so together, why in this argument. And I would ask you if you have a question regarding this, or a remark, or maybe you don't understand, or we would add something. I would be interested to your comments there. So feel free to comment. I will enjoy your comments and try to answer as good as I know. So subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube, my last point today, and you will have another video every single day, and once a week, of course, a new juicing recipe for the fasting.